What's going on, gang? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers, Robots in Disguise, Power Surge, Optimus Prime, and Minicon Aero Bolt. So this is the box that it comes in. The box is a little bit beat up. I did pick the figure up at BigBadToyStore.com. I swore, based on the pictures, that there wasn't going to be so much white on the figure, but oh well. Front of the box, back of the box. As you can see, the back of the box actually doesn't contain any figure pictures. These are all 3D renders of the toy, not the actual toy as far as I can tell. So let's open them up and take a look. Out of the box and transformed into his base mode, Power Surge Prime looks alright. You can see the all-spark Energon flowing through him, and his head sculpt is actually very well done. I do like his head sculpt. Head is on a swivel, swivel. Shoulders are on plastic little ratchets, but the right shoulder doesn't ratchet, while the left shoulder does sort of ratchet. You can hear it clicking there. Ratchets are plastic-based ratchets in the elbows. Fists do move back and forth or side to side. There is torso articulation. There are really gnarly sounding ratchets in the hips, swivel at the knee, then a knee joint, and there is some articulation in the foot or in the feet. Overall, the aesthetic of the figure is okay, except for this giant freaking backpack. So you have the wings, which I'll show you how to deploy them here in a second, and then you've got the entire front of the vehicle mode. This is a piece that is in the box that is detached. I have looked at the directions, and the way the directions show it is it folds flat down against the back. That's obviously not the case here. Now, this figure's big gimmick is his lights and sounds and his Minicon. So, well, let's go ahead and go through some of the sounds here. There are two buttons, the first of which is right here in his abdomen. And I'm going to move the microphone closer to him so we can hear it better.
Power surge mode activated. Surging.
And I'm going to turn off some lights here so we can see the lights and sounds.
Thanks for the power upgrade.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, once you start with the sounds, it doesn't shut up for a little while.
Minicon power is surging. Thanks for the power upgrade.
Okay, so now we're going to get in... Oh, would you shut up? Now we're going to get into the accessories here. He does come with a Minicon, as he said, and that's Aero Bolt. He is transformed into his chest breast component. So to transform him into the bird, fold down the legs, fold out the wings, flip up the head, and that's it. There is gray plastic, blue plastic, yellow on the beak, light blue for the eyes, and then the red Autobot symbol. That's it. There's no more paint on this thing. There needs to be more paint on this thing. It's really, really kind of ugly, too. So as I said, transformation very simple. Fold the wings in, flip down the head, flip up the feet. That's it. His other accessory is his giant Energon Saver, which is legitimately pretty cool. This is pretty darn big, and it comes apart for no apparent real reason. Goes right back together, but that connection is pretty loose. There is some friction. It does hold together enough, but I mean, if you really, really start to wiggle at it, it's just going to come apart. But he can hold the sword with no problem. If you look at his fists, you will see that the fists are kind of like key slotted. So the hilt will slide into the fist. It does require a bit of force, and then he can hold the sword with no real problem whatsoever. And the sword doesn't really flop around all that much because the grip he's got on that handle, or the hilt, is pretty darn tight. So let's go ahead and plug in Arrow Bolt. Alright, here we go.
Starting fire. Starting fire. Starting fire.
And this is the Power Surge mode. He gets this really neat mask.
Thanks for the power upgrade.
Okay, Shut up! Okay! Oh, jeez. Come on. I'm trying to record here, man. Anyway, so here we have the full display. It really reminds me of Prime from Prime, the upgraded Prime. He gets shoulder cannons, which are just flippy and flimsy. He gets wings, which don't even glow and actually come off of the back very easily, and a face mask, and some different lights and sounds. So there's a button here, actually, on the back of his shoulders. See that big red button? So let's push it and see if we get anything different.
Thrusters. Thrusters.
Okay, so a few different sounds with the button in the back and everything deployed.
For the power upgrade.
I am really tempted to just rip. Oh, shut up. I am really, really tempted to just rip that single AA battery out of this guy, because I just had him on the shelf and the sounds just started going off. So apparently just random little vibrations cause the sounds to go. If you're a parent, just be wary. This thing is going to annoy the ever-living crap out of you. Prime's transformation is very simple. First, grab the canopy and front of the vehicle mode and fold it up over his head, snap it into place. Take the arms and fold the arms straight out like that. Then, without triggering the wings, grab the feet, fold the heels up, bring the legs together, and combine them if you can. Oh! That was great. Randomly falling off limbs. Then turn the entire leg assembly 180 degrees and fold the arms into the back. We'll first detach them and unpeg them, and then fold them back, and they will peg into the shins right there. The alt mode that we end up with is just laughably bad. There's very little thought or even effort that went into making this alt mode. Yes, technically it is a semi-tractor trailer, but, I mean, come on. At least put some panels in here or something. It feels like very little effort was put into it. You can store the bird up here in the front of the cab. That looks patentedly ridiculous. There is a peg hole back here that's there's a screw hole that it might fit into, but even that doesn't work. There's nowhere to store Arrow Bolt where it looks good. You can store the sword in the back between the arms like that with no problems. It also has different sounds in this mode, apparently. Okay, I lied. It doesn't have different sounds. The first time I transformed it, I just didn't go through all of them. It just... Power Surge Optimus Prime is an incredibly frustrating figure. There's a lot of potential here that's just flat out wasted. The colors that Takara is going to use for the same figure are much, much better. The amount of kibble hanging off here for the canopy or the front of the vehicle mode is ridiculous. The fact that you can't shut the figure up once you start the sounds is annoying. The Minicon is a joke. The actual power surge mode doesn't look bad. It's not bad at all, in fact. The wings plus the shoulder cannons and the mask work well. Coloring is bad. The sword is a nice touch, and I actually do appreciate the fact that they made it such that there's not a lot of wiggle room or wiggling going on with the sword. I do like that. The figure has decent posability. The head sculpt is good. The sounds are okay. They are not using Peter Cullen, obviously, but a decent enough sound alike. Overall, though, the figure is not worth the asking price, though. If you see this thing on sale for like $15, sure, pick it up. But otherwise, I would avoid for now. Fans and parents are going to be driven insane by the lights and sounds, and I don't think kids are going to really like this figure all that much, even with the wings. I would suggest finding a decent in shape Voyager class Optimus Prime from the later Beast Hunter series. That's a phenomenally better figure than this. I'm looking forward to seeing what the deluxe class version of this figure is going to look like, because it's got to be better than this. This isn't an absolute abject, terrible figure, but it's not a good figure either. So gang, I hope you've enjoyed this video review. As always, I am Baltmatrix, asking you to like, comment, and subscribe. And, dang it, I will catch you next time.